What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It's your boy Pip, and we are back for another one. So we are currently live on Twitch, but this is also going up on YouTube. So for everybody watching on YouTube, be sure to check out our Twitch channel as well, where we do all kinds of content. But right now, to start off stream and for YouTube pleasure later, we are going to go over the Overwatch Season 17 mid-season patch notes. Um, I normally don't go over Overwatch patch notes for YouTube, but I've heard that there's a lot to really go over for this. So we're going to go over it together, and we'll see what we can see. So let's get started. Overwatch 2 retail patch notes, July 22, 2025. Better together challenges. Overwatch is always better with backup from July 29th to August 25th. So that's what, 6 days from now until the end of the season. Okay. You will get rewarded for rolling with your crew. Complete 2, 4, and 6 games with a group to unlock up to 3 loot boxes, with each milestone paying out once. Simply completing completing the games is all it takes, but wins in stadium matches count as double. So bring your A game, buddy up, and battle it out again to finish the season strong. Whether that's rallying old friends or queuing with new ones, have some fun. It's better together. Okay, well that's cool because that'll it's just 3 free loot boxes. Um, I know I'm not typically a fan of challenges that require you to play with a friend. But in a game like this, it would probably be fairly easy to just have a match where you find a new person and then you say, "Hey, let's add each other, get these challenges done." So it's not that big a deal. 6 games, 3 if you can win or if you play stadium, 2 if you win in stadium. So that's fine. All right. Junkrat's loot hunt from August 1st to August 3rd. The weird little 3 day span. Junkrat is back with another blast of chaos, and it'll be raining loot again, and also probably shrapnel. Junkrat's loot hunt is bringing daily match challenges that will unlock 3 loot boxes per day, up to 9 loot boxes total. Play 2, 5, and 10 matches each day to hit your milestone and stack the rewards. Progress resets daily at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. Pacific time, so you've got a fresh chance to go boom every morning. Um, that's cool because that's all up to you. I wonder if the wins count as double applies to this as well. Because if it does, then um this won't be that bad because then it's just a couple matches of stadium and whatnot. But that's cool. 10 matches a day at most. You can play 10 matches just hanging out, and then that's between these. Right here is what 9, 12 free loot boxes that they're just basically giving away if you want to go for it. So that's cool. All right, general updates, new tag improvements. We've made several enhancements to the new tag for newly acquired cosmetic items and brought back the mark all as seen button. About fucking time in the hero gallery because this is implemented. All previously owned items will appear as new, but you can dismiss it by clicking the mark all as seen button. That's fine. Okay, drives. Oh god. All right. Competitive drives return from August 21st to August 26th. With a new challenge curve and the new Season 17 signature. Rack up wins, checkpoint your progress, and master your climb. Squad wins earn bonus drive score, as always. And if you completed the last drive, you'll see a shiny prestige upgrade waiting at the top. Before the first checkpoint, you won't lose any drive score for losses, and the amount you lose now scales up to the last season's rate as you climb the checkpoints, making it easier than ever to claim these awesome rewards. That's cool. Drive progress can now be earned in both competitive play and stadium mode. Let's big W. Let's fucking go. That's huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. That's awesome. All right. Jesus. All right, hang on. All right, hero updates. Developer comments. The meta has been in a steady state for most of season 17, so we are using this mid-season patch to take a look at less desirable perks, make adjustments based on hero ban trends, and tweak a few heroes in reaction to the season 17 changes and the more powerful damage roll passive. With Season 18 including many perk changes, we wanted to bring a handful of our least picked, less powerful perks so that they are competitive options that cut through your standard gameplay loops. As players have gotten fairly settled in their perk choices on particular heroes, some of these changes are beyond where we would have started for perk balance in Seasons 15. Over time, we've learned what's necessary for perks to stand out as interesting choices to make a marked change, make a marked change in how you approach engagements. Below, you'll find some adjustments that are related to hero ban trends or the current meta. Orisa has seen her matchup spread shift since the introduction of hero bans, particularly when it comes to facing beam-based weapons. Being able to dodge heroes like Zarya has brought up her popularity and performance. I believe that. So we are pulling back a bit on her survivability and cooldown. An Orisa nerf. Oh, God. For Freya and Tracer, we are pulling back slightly on their damage. Oh, no. Zenyatta also sees his Harmony Orb healing increased as it has been lacking. Fuck, goddamn, finally. All right. Diva. Heavy Rockets major perk. Number of rockets reduced from 8 to 7. Impact damage reduced from 7 to 5. Explosion damage increased from 14 to 22. Explosion radius increased from 2.75 to 3. And projectile gravity increased. So a balance, not really a nerf or a buff, more just a balance. Okay, that's fine. Orisa, armor health reduced from 325 to 300. Energy javelin cooldown increased from 6 to 7. Ugh. Here's the thing, in comp and quick play, that's probably fine, but now she becomes even less useful in Stadium. Oh, Reinhardt, crushing victory magic perk, overhealth gain increased from 50 to 100% of charge damage. Okay, sure, whatever. It's just a balance for his major perk. All right, Sigma, experimental barrier, secondary ability, deployment cooldown reduced from 2 to 1 seconds. Massive impact minor perk, knockdown stun now reaches maximum duration at 30 meters, down from 40 meters, so a little bit of a buff. Okay. Winston, short circuit minor perk, bonus damage to buildable objects increased from 50 to 100%. He kind of needed that. That's fine. All right, Ash. Rapid fire minor perk, primary fire damage penalty reduced from 15 to 10%. Sidewinder minor perk, knockback increased for both Ash and enemies reduced from 20 to 12%. So balance, it seems like. Okay. Bastion, ultimate ability, ultimate cost reduction 7%. So a little bit of a buff for Bastion. Freya, primary fire damage reduced from 30 to 25. Oof. Maximum ammo increased from 12 to 15. All right, so it's a bit of a balance, but a little bit hefty on that damage. That kind of hurts. But it might be necessary, especially in like quick play and things like that. All right, Hanzo, Stormbow, primary fire, base projectile size increased from 0.1 to 0.125, so a little bit bigger hitbox on his ammo. Ultimate cost reduction reduced by 8%. Damage per second increased from 300 to 400. Ooh, that's a big buff to his ult. Dragon Fury major perk, attack speed duration increased from 1 to 2 seconds. Yamagami technique major perk, cooldown speed increased from 250% to 300%. So just buffs all around for Hanzo. Junkrat, aluminum frame minor perk now prevents trapped enemies from being healed instead of revealing them through walls. Oh, prevents from being healed? Anti-heal traps is crazy. TikTok major perk, concussion mine arming time reduced from 0.5 to 0.25 seconds. That's crazy. So that's a balance, but that sounds like a buff. I would rather, because most of the time Junkrat knows where he put his perk or his trap anyway. So you really don't need to reveal them through walls. If they can't be healed, you basically have a free kill. Unless it's the tank. That's kind of crazy. All right, Reaper. Ultimate cost increased by 9%. Okay, so a little bit of a nerf to Reaper's alt in a sense. Pulse pistol spread increase from 3 to 3.5 degrees. That's not that big a deal. I mean, it probably will be for lower elo players for Tracer, but for high level, it probably won't matter. Widow ultimate cost decreased by 10%. That's fine. Her ult's good, but not overpowered, so it really doesn't matter. There's so many ways to reveal people nowadays that it's not that big a deal. All right, let's get into support. Juno. Her primary fire, minimum fall off range increased from 20 to 25 meters. That's nice. Glide boost, movement acceleration in air reduced when changing directions after the initial movement burst. Okay, so it makes it so she just can't glide around like a fucking maniac. That's fine. Lucio ult cost increased by 9%. Probably needed. His ult's really strong. Zenyatta, healing increase for Harmony Orb. Healing increased from 30 to 35 health per second. I still don't know if that's enough. Transcendence healing per second increased from 300 to 400. That's crazy. But I don't know if the Harmony Orb buff is enough to make up for the fact that he just can't keep up. Core map updates. I'm not reading all this. Okay, so this is one of the Flashpoint maps. So what? They got rid of the car, added a window. Mostly cosmetic, it looks like. Okay. Temple and Ruin. Oh, there's like water in here now. That's cool. And it looks like that's a little cut spot that you can just have more space to stand. Okay. Oh, they're taking that temple out and making it like an open little pavilion fighting area. Okay, I'm cool with that. That's cool. Starting area being changed to just a wall with an open door and some trees instead of this weird little alcove thing that never made sense. Okay, cool. That genuinely just looks cosmetic. Okay, whatever. All right, New Junk City. So this is that starting run. Oh, they're getting rid of the dip and making it like an elevated area. Okay, cool. I think this is just a different angle of that same spot. Okay, cool. Other side. Okay, so they're just kind of getting rid of the layering, which is fine. Because no one ever went down here on purpose. Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to get rid of some of the layering. These are very different pictures. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like they're just trying to get rid of having like multiple floors. They don't want. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. It looks much more conducive when you have it like this, anyway. So that's fine. Adding a little bit of life to the street, I suppose. Okay, that's cool. All right, stadium updates. No one used the elevation most of the time. Facts. No one did use most of the elevation sometimes. Okay. All right, stadium updates, general updates, ability, tooltip detail in the Armory UI now is displayed. The option has been removed from the Armory. Okay. Third person camera, aim down sights for Ana and Ash have been updated to fade out over time for the local player while scoping in from third person. Your camera will now smoothly fade when it collapses or collides with allies from third person. Okay. All right. Diva. Oh my god. Oh, some of these are going to be so long to read, but we probably need to. Okay. All right. Diva has had a tough time in the early rounds, especially against beam heavy heroes that counter her defensive tools. To address that, we're introducing a new hero item aimed at improving her effectiveness in those matchups. Additionally, her solo survivability has been lagging behind other tanks, so this patch includes improvements to help her stay in the fight longer and thrive even without immediate team support. So, Toki Slam power, now the damage scales from both armor and shield. Okay. Face tanking power, increased health scaler to 50% up from 30. And then refractor armor, normal survivor hero item, a new item, plus 25 armor. When you have armor, gain 15% damage reduction against beams. Only cost 2,000. That's really good, actually. That's really good for Diva.
Hello there.
Orisa. Orisa's Javelin focus build has been effective at disrupting enemies, but it also came with clunky interactions that impacted its reliability and clarity. Patch addresses those rough edges to smooth out the experience and hover disruptive tools. They feel more responsive and intuitive to use. So advanced robotics power now shoots the javelin at after 0.5 seconds, and the javelin spin must be ongoing to shoot. Canceling javelin spin will also cancel shooting the javelin. Lassoed power. If javelin hits an enemy, nearby enemies are pulled to the enemy's position now instead of where it was hit. If javelin hits the environment, it just pulls nearby enemies. If a javelin hits a barrier, the pull will not be will not activate. Okay, that's fine. All right, May. Slow ball power. Now normal hits with secondary fire will also apply slow to the enemy hit. Oh, so it's not crit hits anymore. That makes that power much more usable. Because before the issue was it was too finicky to try and make sure you got crits with May. Ana, unscoped resource, epic weapon, hero item, added 15% weapon power to it. Okay. A lot of these aren't going to mean too much. Juno, stellar focus power, increased duration from 50% up from 35. I don't know what even that is. Okay, Kiri clone. All right, the clone power. Now the clone's heal and damage contributes to earning stadium cash. Wow. Now there is a short delay before the clone starts healing or dealing damage after being spawned. Clone's health has been reduced and can be increased by ability power. Okay. Swift step cooldown is increased by 30% when used without without a target. So stop her from just jumping around all the time. That's good. Projectile speed is now the same as regular kunai. Okay. All right. And then it's just a bunch of bug fixes, and that's it. Okay. Overall, I think the patch notes are fairly good. The map changes seem fine. They don't come up too often in Stadium, but they're fine. None of the character changes seem over the top. This one hurts me a little bit, the Freya change. Drives being in Stadium. I need to write down when these drives are, though. Let me do that right now, actually. So the drive. Where did it say? Let's see. Drive. August 21 through 26. Ranked or Stadium. That's huge because now I can keep track of when that is. I can let Brett know, things like that. That's huge. It's huge. It's huge. So, all right, that's going to do it for these patch notes. For everybody on stream, we're going to continue, but for everybody watching later on YouTube, please let me know what you guys think. Be sure to come check out the channel over on Twitch where we do stream Overwatch, and let me know what you guys are most excited for in this patch note and why it's definitely the fact that drives now count in Stadium. And with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. As always, I am Pip. Y'all are the greatest, and when in doubt, we'll see you next time. See ya!